ready for a chat. Welcome to the EarthtonesGirl Channel, my space to share, encourage, and inspire. My name is Denise, and this is Earth Vlog number 63. Happy New Year, friends! This is the first official podcast episode of the new year of 2022. And I'm so happy to be here with you all. I hope your year is off to a really good start. I know that mine is. Again, I want to say thank you so much for the outpouring of love and support from my last episode of 2021. I did do a really brief, that was my gratitude episode, and I did do a really brief video between that one and this one to announce the winner of the giveaway and to express my gratitude to all of you. I will link that down below for you, but the love was just tangible, and I'm so grateful as always to all of you for your love and support. I mean, I was reading some of the comments to my son, and he's like, well, do they know me? I didn't know they know me. That's so nice. He was so blown away that complete strangers were so loving and sending prayers for him and well wishes and everything. So thank you so much. My family and I are all blown away by it and so deeply touched. So thank you. It is a new year. Wow. And I know many of us always have high hopes for the new year. 2022 is off to a slightly rocky start, but it's all good. And not for me necessarily personally, but I feel like it feels a little bit rocky out in the world. But that's okay. We are all here together for a little peace and respite and sharing. So, yeah, the new year, this is my favorite. I love New Year's Eve. I know a lot of people don't, and I was on a Periscope with Sue Stokes, who is part of, who's the mother side, there's a mother-daughter, who is the mother side of Legacy Fiber Arts, and she was saying that she hates New Year's, and a lot of people on the Periscope, well, not Periscope, because they're now doing lives on IG, anyway, they were talking about the pressure of New Year's Eve, and you know, you either feel like you have to dress up and go out, or the guilt of staying in and not wanting to do anything, and, you know, all the resolutions that you have to commit to in the new year. And I'm thinking, no, I don't have to do any of that. The New Year's Eve and New Year's Day is what you make it. Forget all that pressure. I don't subscribe to any of that at all. I really don't. I love the reset that the new year gives you, and I know a lot of people can relate to that. But let's face facts, a lot of what has been going on in the past year all comes in with you. So there is only so much resetting. But I feel like it gives a sense of, a renewed sense of hope, a renewed sense of opportunity. I don't believe in resolutions. I believe in directed intentions. Directed meaning intentions for specific things. I have intentions for my family, for my children, for my husband, for myself, for my work, for my knitting, my creating, for just my journey in general. So that they're very guided and specific, directed intentions. And of course there is the word of the year. Let's just jump right on in. I'm going for it. Last year, without rehashing the whole thing, it was such an emotional and full year. Personally, as I shared with all of you at the end, and I was teaching a lot last year. There was just so much going on, and I felt very swayed and pulled and pushed. And yes, of course, I said yes to a lot of it. But sometimes you say yes, and you're like, oh, should I have said yes to that? Or all right, I'll do it. It'll be fun. And like you almost talk yourself into it. I want a little bit less of that this year. And last year, I wanted the year, my word for last year was balance. And I felt like I had moments of balance. But the way the year started, it was, I jumped right into things and I didn't ease in, I think, the way that I really wanted to. And this year, balance is always something I strive for. That is one of my personal directed intentions, is to constantly strive for that balance. But my word for this year encompasses balance, encompasses focus, encompasses the ability to say no. And my word is autonomy. That is my word. It is autonomy. And in my show notes, I actually wrote down in my little book exactly what that means, because it can mean different things to different people. So according to Merriam-Webster, which is a very popular and well-known dictionary, the essential meaning of the word autonomy is 1, the state of existing or acting separately from others, and 2, the power or right of a country, group, etc. to govern itself. Now, the full definition, and I feel like this is the one that really applies more to me. The full definition, number 1, the quality or state of being self-governed and self-governing. Number 2, self-directing freedom and essentially moral independence. Yes. All of that is so important to me. We had a little family drama toward the end of the year, and there were a lot of opinions and a lot of feelings and a lot of emotions and a lot of intensity going on. And I made some decisions based on other people's feelings, and that was wrong. So wrong. And I agreed to teaching and to events and to collaborations to some degree, and I did it and I enjoyed it, but it wasn't, my whole heart wasn't 100% in it. And especially after the family drama, I made a commitment to myself to become more autonomous, to self-govern, to go back to the word self-directing freedom, essentially moral independence. Not that anything I'm doing is immoral. Don't, I'm not trying to be dramatic, but it's governing myself. It is allowing less outside influence on my decisions, on my journey, on my making, on how I take care of my children, how I relate to my husband, to all of it, how I interact with extended family. I want to be more in control of how that all happens and less outwardly influenced. That is why I've chosen autonomy as my word for the year. And regarding this channel and my making, how does that apply? I've decided to pull back from teaching a little bit, so I can devote more time to here, to my family. And I also want to design more. There's more that I want to do with my channel, more that I want to do with my website. And there's, again, this push-pull with being on Instagram more. And because of the way Instagram has changed and because of the way things have changed, I feel like there's less freedom there to really be yourself. but I can be that here. So, and I can be that through my designs. And I really want to pursue that a lot more. I actually have, this is the very, very early stages and attempt number 2 at a new design. So I'm very excited. I actually have 2 in the works right now. So I don't actually have a time frame, but they're coming soon. They're coming soon. And this February is the 2-year anniversary of the launch of the No Fear sock knitting class series of classes, and I want to add more to that. My Soxploration is ongoing. I don't think that is ever going to stop. I got into a bit of a rhythm at the end where I wasn't exploring as many sock options. I was just knitting because I needed the comfort and the soothing rhythm of knitting. But I really do want to explore and get back into my Soxploration. New designs, new ideas, collaborations, maybe 1 or 2. Good things are coming for the new year. So I want to say it all right now, but I can't. Not that I can. I'm choosing not to. One thing at a time, one step at a time. So yeah, that is my word, my opening for this new year. What is your word? Tell me, please tell me. I love this interaction, and it took me a while. It definitely took me a while, but I got through. By the time I am recording this, people are still watching the last episode. There were over 550 comments. And I managed to read them all. Comment on some, interact with some people in the comments and privately. So, yeah, it was very, very moving, and I love this community. It has grown so much, and I want to keep feeding it. I want it to grow even bigger. So let's go on this journey together. Let's keep moving forward together, everybody. So please, in the comments, tell me what your word for this year is. What are some of your intentions for the new year? Maybe you want to be out in the world a little bit more. Maybe you want to pull back from the world a little more. The recurring theme in the gratitude post was love of family, gratitude, and deep love for family. What intentions do you have for your family this year? Share that with me if you'd like, and I'd love to read them and see what's going on with all of you. So, okay, 12 minutes in. I think we should talk knitting. I'll be right back. In the last episode, I shared my Christmas Eve cast on with all of you, and was hoping to have it finished, and voila, here it is. Wait, let's pull back so you can see. They are done. There was a big debate about these. I posted these within the first couple of days. I think either the 3rd or the 4th, I forget. I'll put it on the screen if I remember. But I stuttering. I finished these a couple of days into January, and when I posted the finished pair, I put the question out there, should these count toward 2021 or 2022? And oh my gosh, it's such mixed response to that. This one entire sock and almost down to like about here of the second sock had all been done in 2021. So I was trying to decide, like, I just couldn't figure out. So this is a good problem to have. I decided to count these toward 2022 because I completed the pair in this year. So this is my first, I'm going to call it an unofficial make or FO for 2022, but I love them. Can we just talk about these colors for a second? Oh my gosh. This is Vintage Christmas by Tiny Human Knits. I will link to her down below. I don't know if she has any more of this color in her shop. I think it's a holiday color, but you can reach out to her and ask. She is on Instagram and her shop is on Etsy, so she will take messages there. But oh my goodness, I love these stripes so much, and they are lined up. It took me a little bit. I think I talked about this too. I had to wind off some of the, I chose to wind off some of the yarn so that I could get the stripes to match. And I'm so happy that I did. Oh, I love them. And I love the different color stripes on this creamy background. Oh my goodness, I love them so much. It reminds me of ribbon candy. I don't know, does anybody remember that? I'm dating myself. Is that still around? I don't know. But anyway, here are my vintage Christmas socks, my Christmas Eve cast on. They are done. Soxploration pattern. That's mine. I wrote that. Shadow wrap heel and shadow wrap short row heel. And as you can see, I had this color left over in my stash and just split it into one of the stripes. And there we go. Let's just take a peek at that. I think I'm on camera. Yep. So there we have it. Oh, I just love them so much. And they fit amazing. So first, here is my first FO of 2022. And I made, now I have another FO. This is what happens when you're on Instagram. You tend to fall down rabbit holes. And I had seen this pattern for a while from this particular designer. And I'm reaching for her book. I'll share that with you in a minute. And saw this pattern from this designer. And I was thinking, oh, it's just a simple hat. I've got basic hat patterns. But should I knit hers? I don't know, but I wanted to really show her support. And so I went ahead and I bought the pattern. So glad that I did. It is called the Easie Beanie pattern. I am going to put a little video of me right in here modeling it on the day that I finished it. And I love this hat so much. It was so fun to knit, so quick. I think I cast it on a Saturday evening and I was finished. We were supposed to have bad weather on Tuesday of last week. It was bitterly cold of this week actually. So last Saturday I cast it on. Weather was supposed to drop. The temperatures were supposed to tank on Tuesday and I really wanted to get it done and I did, and I love it so much. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. So why this particular pattern? Because of the features. Let's talk about this. Okay, here it is. I don't have a hat, what am I talking about? Like a hat thing, model, or sorry, I'm just reading a message on my phone. Yeah, I don't have, you know what? I have to pause for 1 second and check that message. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, guys. I am recording this on my cell phone and I just got a message from my son's school. They just had a question for me about something, so sorry about that. What am I trying to say? What is this called? Hat mannequin, like a head or something to try this on, but I don't think I'll mess up the curls too much. Let's just pop this on because I really want to, well, let's talk about this shaping. So what I wanted to say is I learned 2 things from knitting this hat, and any project that teaches me something new, I am all over it. I love it so much. So yeah, I was saying before, I started it Saturday, finished it first thing Tuesday morning and wore it. It was, okay, sorry about that, guys. I'll just ignore it. This is real life. I say that all the time. I used to apologize for all these little hiccups, but I don't anymore. This is what happens. So I have to stay in touch with the outside world. So this hat had a hemmed edge that I had never done before. I would love to demonstrate it for you, but Brandi, Cheyenne, Harper, who is the designer behind this, has a really lovely tutorial that is hyperlinked into the pattern. So I highly recommend it, but it's a type of hem that I have not done before. I'm going to try to hold it so you could see it. There it is. So as you're knitting, you have your cast on edge, and then the way you sort of turn the knitting and pick up that edge, it creates this beautiful hem. So that's what the wrong side looks like, and that is the right side. And I haven't even blocked this. I've allowed my head, sorry everybody, I have just been wearing it and my head's sort of doing the blocking. So let's pop this on. And I have a lot of hair. It's supposed to have this edge so that you can roll this up. Now, what I would do with this pattern, when Brandi knit this, and she even said this in her post, Brandi does not have any hair, and she said she knit the size small, and it fit perfectly. It was all slouchy and everything. So I was like, yeah, great. My head's small, and I can do that. No hair? Hair. So what I would do again, I love how snug it is. Here, I think you can, if I hold my head down, I hope you can see this beautiful, beautiful shaping on the top. And what I would definitely do next time, I wouldn't knit a larger size. I would knit it longer. I think that's what I need. I need a little bit more depth, because when I pull this down, let's adjust this here a little bit. If I just want the edge like that and make it slouchy in the back, it is slouchy, but not as slouchy. It could be slouchy. Let's talk that. It could be slouchy-er. So I think all it needs, but again, I like how it hugs around my head and how like my hair halos the bottom. So I would definitely, or not halos, but you know what I mean, like tucks out from underneath. I would definitely knit it longer, but oh my God. So this shaping on the top, it's a left-leaning and right-leaning decreases at the 3 points. I had never done a right-leaning decrease the way she did it in the pattern. I was like, wait, what? So I read it, it made sense, and I did it. And then I watched her video, made even more sense, and I thought, this is brilliant. I am all about symmetry. And the minute a pattern has symmetry in it, you have me right there. I'm yours, hook, line, and sinker. And there's the beauty and symmetry in this pattern is just so amazing. I really do think it's worth it. I love it so, so much. If you were looking for a really simple go-to hat pattern, this is it. And it has 8 sizes and a ton of yarn recommendations. So yeah, this is all hair under a ton of yarn recommendations, 8 different sizes from newborn to adult large. So fantastic. This edge is so fun. And what I did with this, let me pop it off. Hold on. Shake the hair out a little bit. Puff it back up. So what I did with this, because I haven't, as I said, I haven't blocked it. So I know that once you block it, it's not going to, the purpose of this cast on is to stop it from rolling. I don't mind the rolling because I love a rolled rimmed hat, but I have the advantage of having it roll rim as well as lay flat. So I know once this is actually wet blocked, it will lay flat. But that said, what I did with the ends, because I thought I'm going to be turning up this very deep cuff and I don't want to show where my ends are. I don't want the ends to show on either side because I'm still going to be wearing it with the edge flush to my head as well as rolled up. So what I did, let me see if I can find, it's right here. So what I did here is the edge of the beginning of the round. And what I did when I was finished, I wove in to the body of the hat just a little bit and then pushed my tapestry needle right through the hem. I pushed my needle right into the hem, pulled it back out, maybe I think about here, and snipped it. So I buried the end. So nothing pokes out, nothing is going to poke out. And I have a perfectly clean edged hat, no visible ends. And this yarn, can we talk about this yarn for a second? This yarn is Swanky DK by Magpie. Blank for a minute. Swanky DK by Magpie Fibers. Of course, I will link to everything down below. And this colorway is called Fior de Latte. So FIORDI Latte, LATTE. Love the color. So it's not a dead white or like a flat white. It's a little creamier. It's got that creamy little edge, almost like a hint of gray in it. Oh, love it. And look at these decreases, you guys. Oh my gosh. So perfect. They are perfectly, absolutely perfectly symmetrical. Look at that. Oh, love it so much. Oh my gosh, can't get over it. And I love also that it creates this sort of design feature. It's a beautiful design that starts to happen. Let me find another point right here. I love that. And many of us have knit hats, but it's usually like a 6 to 8 points of decreasing. And I love that she's got 2, 4, 6. She's got all 6 points on condensed down to the 3 points. I feel like I'm stuttering a lot. Are you hearing that today? Maybe it's just me. Anyway, yeah, so that is my second FO of the year. And of course, did I maybe sort of buy more of this Swanky? Let's finish talking about this yarn. Swanky DK is, I'm looking at my notes, it's 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, 10% nylon. And the nylon gives it that little stretch. That was a tiny little blip I noticed in the yarn, but I am actually going to either duplicate stitch that or maybe put like a dot of, I don't know. I might just duplicate stitch that or just leave it as it is. It doesn't really bother me, but it catches my eye as I'm holding it. The nylon just gives it a little bit of a sheen to the yarn, and the cashmere just gives it the halo. Can you see that the halo on there? Oh, I love it so much. So I ordered, I don't know, 4 more skeins. Did I need to order any more yarn? No. Could I have held 2 strands of fingering double? Yes. But did I want it? Yes. So, self-governing. I have made a choice and a decision, and I'm going to live with it. So, yes, I have 4 more skeins of this coming in the mail. I ordered a red wine because as soon as I showed it to my friend Carolyn, hi Carolyn, she's Bloom Handmade Studio. As soon as I showed it to her, she's like, oh, you would look great in a really deep red. I was like, I ordered a red. Love when my friends know me so well. So I ordered a red, a plum color that's sort of like purple. If purple and gray had a baby, it's that color. A light gray, very light gray, and a deep charcoal. Can't wait. And I have just enough. Here is what I have left. So this measured, I'll put it down here on the screen. I don't remember, but I weighed it and it was a little over half to make the hat, half of the skein. Of course, I don't have the label. I am not prepared, you guys. I'm sorry. But I do know this was a little over half of the ball. So what I have left here is not enough for another full hat, but it is enough that I can do like a two-tone hat. So this may be the bottom and I'll have gray on the top, or gray and then white on the top, or, whatever. I can play around with this or just whip up a pair of hand warmers with maybe a contrasting color on the top. There is definitely enough here for a set of kind of shorter hand warmers. Like, don't make the cuff. If I made the cuff maybe about here, so it just tucked into my sleeve, maybe here, and just fingerless. I think that would be, I could definitely get that out of this. Fingers crossed. I'm saying definitely, but fingers crossed. I'll let you know. I will definitely let you know. Because the weather is supposed to drop again. The temperature is supposed to drop again over the weekend. Today is the 14th. It is Friday, and we are supposed to get very, very chilly weather over the weekend and possibly even a snowstorm. So Sunday night into Monday, but we have Monday off for Martin Luther King Day. So I'm just going to stay in, play with the kids if it's safe enough to go out and play in the snow, and I'll be knitting. Another thing I'm going to be doing, so that's it for my FOs, but let's talk about Brandi for 1 minute. The designer of that hat, again, it's the Easie Beanie by Brandi, Cheyenne, Harper, and I just want to take a minute and say congratulations, Brandi. Your light is shining so bright. I am so proud of you and so happy to watch your journey. She also just published a book, her first book, and Knitting for Radical Self-Care, a Modern Guide by Brandi, Cheyenne, Harper. And this book was gifted to me by very, very dear friends. My Mars, who is Hey Brown Berry, I know you all know her, and know that she's one of my bestest knitting buddies and friends. And also by Ann Cho, who is the owner of Middlebrook Farms. And I believe that is her farm is out in Connecticut. So, no, Jersey. It's New Jersey. So they gifted this to me, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited. The patterns in here are so beautiful. The stories behind the patterns are just amazing. I mean, the work that went into this, the instructional pages, such unique. The layout is beautiful. I mean, she has really done an incredible job. That is the picture of her on the back. As you can see, no hair versus hair. So I need to think that through. Just factor that in if you do decide to make the beanie. But yeah, I just want to say congratulations, Brandi. I've met Brandi a couple of times at various fairs and festivals, and she is just this light. She's so bright and so charming and sweet and vulnerable all at the same, and confident and vulnerable all at the same time. She's really incredible. So if you can support her by purchasing her book, or if you follow her on Instagram, she does not know that I am doing any of this. This is just coming from my heart. And show her some love. Let's go and support this amazing, amazing designer and person. So one thing I'm going to be doing this weekend is I'm actually going to be spending time with Mars and Anne, sort of indirectly. I'm going to be attending the CAN retreat this weekend, and that it's a virtual retreat. CAN is Creative Advocacy and Networking Retreat, and it is for designers and makers of color. And I'm really looking forward to spending some time with like-minded people, sharing ideas, thoughts on business, thoughts on making, thoughts on design, and I think it's going to be a really, really amazing weekend. It is about 1:30 right now as I'm recording this, and the event starts at 3 this afternoon. And I said to my husband 2 days ago, I said, would you mind sort of, and he has a very tight schedule at work. I said, but would it be possible for you to just shift a couple things around and pick the kids up? They get out at 2:30 so that I can really be present and be there at the start of this event. And he's like, yeah, sure. Such a keeper. And thank you, honey. And yeah, I am so excited about that. I do believe that Brandi will be attending. I don't know if she's a presenter or will just be in attendance, but I'm sure that she will be there. And I'll be wearing my beanie and knitting, and I think it's going to be an amazing weekend. So that is what I have on tap for the weekend. That is my making. I do have a whip to share with you, so let me go and grab that, and then we will wrap up. So I just wanted to share with you what my current whip is, and of course it's a sock. I have cast on another beanie. That one's going to be for my sister. She doesn't watch this podcast, so she loves me and supports me, but she doesn't watch. she doesn't speak knitting or making of any kind. My sister shows her love language is cooking. That is my sister's love language. So mine is fiber arts. Hers is cooking. So there's no chance of her watching. So I will share her beanie with you next episode. Yeah, so I'm so excited. And my yarn should be here by then. I'm knitting hers out of a different yarn. But yeah, lots more to share. But my current whip is just a simple sock. I decided to awaken a muscle that I haven't used in a little while and revisit my No Fear Shorty sock pattern because the anniversary is coming up. And here it is. Here is my sock. This is morning. The name of this colorway is Winter Mornings. And this is by Tiny Human Knits. Once again, I am definitely having a bit of a love affair with her striping. So, and her colors. I just, oh my God, these colors are just incredible. I mean, this looks like winter, like a winter morning right now. The blues, the cream colors, you know, the brown from the trees that are hibernating. And this was a mini skein. I have a lot of her minis. Whenever she puts them on sale, sorry for the glare, but hold on. Maybe I put it over here. So whenever she's got a sale of her minis, I just buy them. These are 10 grams. Yeah, these are 10-gram minis, but just enough for a heel. Definitely not enough for cuff, for cuff, heels, and toes, but definitely enough for I can get 2 heel flaps out of this one mini. So yeah, I decided to revisit the heel flap and gusset. I just suddenly felt, for some reason, as I was knitting this, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking to myself, heel flap and gusset. I don't know why, but that's what I heard this say it wanted to be. So I'm listening. I am listening. So I have started my heel flap and gusset, and yes, I'm doing it contrasting. I stopped right at the end of the green stripe right here, and I'm jumping in with, and yep, those are slip stitches. I didn't knit a plain round in between. I just jumped right in. So there's one row of slip stitches. So it's every other. It's a blue, a cream, a blue, a cream. And I just love that effect. I just think it adds a little bit more interest to the sock. So I will do the contrasting, the rest of the heel flap and heel turn in this contrasting color, and then go back to the main yarn, and I start back with this blue, which is this blue. I'll start back with that. And I will share this with you. I will take some video footage of this as I'm knitting it and share. I used to turn my socks, and I did an episode on this. I will link to it down below also. I did a tutorial. I used to turn my sock from front to back to profile like this, and I would pick my stitches up and rearranging stitches and all that. And I don't do it that way anymore. I just keep it flat like this, and I redistribute the stitches a little differently. So I do have a tutorial on this. It is the heel flap and gusset simplified. I don't remember the number, but I will link it down below for you. So yeah, and this is my No Fear Shorty sock pattern. I've just lengthened the leg. That's all that I've done. So yeah, here we have it. Winter Mornings by Tiny Human Knits with a heel flap and gusset in this beautiful contrasting cream. This color actually looks like tea that I drink. It's Mrs. Patmore's Pudding Tea by the Republic of Tea, and it is this color. It's so, the tea, once I've added my cream, and I use a heavy cream, and I love heavy cream in tea. And once I've poured in the milk or the cream into the tea, it turns this color. So it reminds me of winter mornings. I love little associations like that with my making. So yeah, so I'm enjoying that. That's about it. I was going to share one more thing with you, but I think I'll save that for the next episode. Because I want to talk about it a little bit more, and I want to keep this episode a little on the shorter side. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope your year is off to a really, if not necessarily a good start, a solid start. I hope it brings you joy and enables you to do more of what makes you happy. I think I want to add that little wrap up phrase to my videos. I think it's a reminder that we need often to do more of what makes you happy. So that will be my sign off, at least for a little while. And I will see you all again soon. Thanks so much, everybody. Sending you all love. Talk to you soon.